Hey, welcome or welcome back if you're returning. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Citadel. The Citadel is a complex of buildings in Old Town that serves as the central home to the Order of the Maesters. The Maesters are an order of scholars, healers, messengers, and scientists. At the Citadel, the residing Archmaesters teach and train new students. Boys and men gather there from all over Westeros to learn, study, and forge a maester's chain. The Citadel is located on both sides of the Honeywine, connected by stone bridges crowded with halls and houses. It is considered to be the greatest seat of knowledge in the known world. The origins of Old Town are lost to time and disputed. The oldest runic records of the first men, as well as records from maesters that claim to have lived among the children of the forest, confirm men have lived at the mouth of the Honeywine since the Dawn Age. In the Age of Heroes, what is now the Ravenry of the Citadel was supposedly the stronghold of a pirate lord who robbed ships as they came down the Honeywine. House Hightower is generally considered to have played an integral role in its foundation. Most accounts on the Citadel's origins credit the foundation to Prince Paramore the Twisted, the second son of King Uthor of the High Tower. The curious Paramore invited numerous scholars, including wise men, teachers, priests, healers, singers, wizards, alchemists, and sorcerers to Old Town. After Paramore's death, his brother, King Eragon, granted land alongside the Honeywine to Paramore's pet, who developed the tract of land into the Maester's Citadel, giving these studious men a place where they could all study together and teach their knowledge to others. Before the doom of Valyria, Maesters and Archmaesters often travelled to the freehold of Valyria, searching for answers to the many questions they had. House Hightower continues to be a strong patron of learning. Whichever current Hightower is the Lord of Old Town, includes Protector of the Citadel among his titles. The Citadel is financed by the lords who pay for having a maester in their service, and from certain taxes that the Citadel collects at Old Town. The layout of the Citadel. The gates are flanked by a pair of tall green sphinxes, with the bodies of lions, the wings of eagles, and the tails of serpents. One has the face of a man, the other a woman. Just inside the gates of the Citadel lies the Scribe's Hearth. Here, the citizens of Old Town come to hire scribes, usually acolytes, to write and read letters for them. The scribes wait in open stalls for their custom. Other stalls situated at the Scribe's Hearth include those where books are bought and sold. Others offer maps. The path divides at the statue of King Daeron Targaryen I, atop a tall stone horse. The king's sword is pointed towards dawn. The Citadel also has a monument of King Jaehaerys Targaryen I. Its plinth reads, "He bound the land together and made the seven kingdoms one." On the left side of the path runs the Honeywine River. You'll pass the Weeping Dock, where you can get a boat for the short voyage over to the Bloody Isle. Outside the Seneschal's court, rectors make an example of misbehaving novices and acolytes by locking them into stocks where they can be pelted by rotting vegetables. Inside the doors is a hall with a stone floor and high arched windows. At the end of the hall there is a raised dais where a gatekeeper greets all those who wish to make an appointment to see the Seneschal. Behind the dais is a turnpike stair. There's benches in the hall for those waiting to be called upon their turn. The Seneschal is a position within the Order of Maesters, charged with the governance of the Citadel. There's a new one every year, and they fill the office by lot from amongst the Archmaesters, most of whom regard it as a thankless task that takes them away from their true work. Back outside the Seneschal's court and along the river, a weathered wooden drawbridge linking from the eastern bank joins to the Isle of Ravens. Moss and creeping vines cover the walls, and ravens walk its battlements in place of archers. The drawbridge has not been raised in living memory. It's cool and dim inside the castle walls, and an ancient weirwood fills the courtyard, as it had since these stones had first been raised. The carved face on its trunk is currently grown over by the same purple moss that hangs heavy from the tree's pale limbs. Half of the branches seem dead, but there are a few red leaves still rustling, and it's there that the ravens like to perch. The ground is speckled by their droppings. Currently, Archmaester Walgrave's chambers are in the West Tower, which is below the White Rookery. Another of the buildings in the Citadel complex is its world-renowned library and secret vaults, where maesters copy books rigorously. Their library has a copy of The Lives of Four Kings, which Oberyn Martell had read when he was there, and a partial collection of The Fires of the Freehold, which is lacking 27 scrolls. A locked vault beneath the Citadel is said to contain the sole remaining copy of Blood and Fire. The Citadel also has an account of Redwyne's journey to Lorne Point and the Frozen Shore, as well as a fragment of unnatural history. Some of the oldest documents in the Citadel's archives are ancient ballads regaling kings of winter. Records at the Citadel describe the ancient rock and salt kings of the Iron Islands. Archmaester Gildane's history of Aegon's conquest was recently found in the papers of Archmaester Gerald in the vaults of the Citadel. The Citadel also has a stuffed little Valyrian on display, but its fur fell out as students patted it for luck over the years. The little Valyrian is a species of lemur that lives in the forest of Cahor. They have silver-white fur and huge purple eyes. Bones of giants in the north have also been sent to the Citadel for study. The Citadel has 4 glass candles, 1 green in colour and 3 black. Before an acolyte says his vows, he spends the night prior in the darkness of the Citadel's vaults. The acolyte can attempt to light an obsidian candle, but none have succeeded. Presumably, these candles are kept in the vaults, but there's one out on the Isle of Ravens being used. What in 7 hells is the Conclave? The Conclave is the governing body of the Citadel and the Order of the Maesters. All meetings of the Conclave, which is composed of Archmaesters, are confidential in nature and conducted behind closed doors at the Citadel. The Conclave elects a Grand Maester, who goes off to be the member of the Small Council and an advisor to the King. The Conclave also reviews information from Maesters throughout the 7 Kingdoms and sends forth white ravens to announce the changing of seasons. The Citadel also does not permit its novices to keep wives or paramours, at least not openly. Queen Alysanne Targaryen visited the Citadel in 54 AC, spending 3 days in the library and attending lectures. She unsuccessfully advised the Conclave to accept high-born girls into the Citadel. Lionel Strong, Lord of Harrenhal, studied at the Citadel in his youth, earning 6 links. While sailing to the Sunset Sea in 133 AC, Lord Alan Velaryon visited the Citadel and studied ancient charts and Valyrian treatises about warships and maritime tactics. In recent centuries, the Maesters of the Citadel have supplanted the once powerful Alchemists' Guild, the Pyromancers, through most of the 7 Kingdoms. Archmaester Marwyn believes that the Citadel is behind the deaths of the last Targaryen dragons because of a conspiracy against magic and prophecy. Marwyn says to Samwell Tarly that the world the Citadel is building has no place in it for sorcery or prophecy or glass candles, much less for dragons. The library at the Citadel is most often likened to the Great Library of Alexandria in Egypt. It was one of the world's largest and most significant libraries of the ancient world. The city of Alexandria came to be regarded as the capital of knowledge and learning, in part because of the Great Library. Julius Caesar burned his ships during the siege of Alexandria in 48 BC. Ancient writers said that the fire spread and destroyed part of the library's collection. So, with Alexandria being the likened example and it burning, in the current story, we have Euron going towards Old Town, and it looks like we're going to get this battle of blood. But what if his ships start burning? What if that spreads to the Citadel and the libraries and the knowledge there that potentially can be lost and isn't really found anywhere else? Also, Euron's going to be like heading there because he's all anti-religion, and there's a lot of religious places in Old Town, as well as the Citadel being a font of knowledge. You just wipe out the knowledge and be like, I am Euron, king. I have always been king. There is no history. Oh my god. Now, I know we haven't gone into the levels of maesters and what it takes to become a maester and their studies. Who are the maesters that we know? What do they get up to? That'll probably be the next non-House of the Dragon video from me. So we'll come back to that and take a look at the maesters of Westeros. So what are your thoughts on the future of the Citadel? Do you think Euron's just going to burn that place down? Or is like Sam going to find some information there that is going to help? Or is he just going to get that information from Marwyn? Do you have any questions? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can turn on the notifications as well. I don't really have like a regular upload time. If I can schedule it for an advance time, that's great. But otherwise, they're up when they're done. You have a good day. I'll see you next time. Cheerio!